In the meantime, what we are hearing, so I want you to tell me in your position as the relief chief, there are a number of UN aid agencies, WFP and others, which apparently, you know, some 30 UN officials have crunched numbers, have looked at what's going on, and are basically saying that Gaza exhibits really either famine or immediate pre-famine conditions right now, and that the majority of the population is at risk. And furthermore, they say they haven't seen anything like this. This is the UN in the last 20 years anywhere around the world.
It's been an extraordinary and wholly unwelcome aspect of the Gazan war, Kристиан, as you say, that it has brought famine with such incredible speed to the front of the lines. There are, what is it, just under 400,000 people in that section that is technically characterized as being at risk of famine, the most extreme category of food insecurity. And as you say, many UN agencies now, today and yesterday, are saying, of that 400,000, a great majority of them are actually in famine, not just at risk of famine, but in famine. Now, I mean, if you take that alongside and put it alongside the difficulties that we're having getting aid up to the 300,000 people still living in the north of Gaza, who have, of course, not had any humanitarian aid for some time, you really, really worry about the plight of the future of Gazans, and you worry hugely about the generational hatred that is going to be created by these facts. And therefore, we worry for the security of Israel as much as the security of Gaza.
On the humanitarian issue, Israel says that they have a number of crossings open, whether from Israel itself or from Egypt, and that actually they put the onus on you and the humanitarian community. They say if you can't get it there fast enough, that's not on them.
Yes, I've heard this, and I don't find it a fair judgment. It is true, there are two entry points into Gaza, one through the Rafah crossing, the other through Kiryat Shimon, which the Israeli government has been good enough to open up to traffic, and there are good plans to increase traffic through Kiryat Shimon. But here's the point. You can maybe get trucks in, but if you cannot rely on deconfliction of access routes to people in need, if you cannot rely on hospitals not being attacked at least nearby, if you cannot rely on people having to move from one place of insecurity to another place of insecurity, those are the issues that make humanitarian aid delivery. It's not a matter of the number of trucks that can get in, it's the access inside Gaza that include the elements of constraint. And that's where we have consistently, and my Secretary General has consistently said, it's fine and well to count the trucks going in, but the story only starts with that. It doesn't end there.
Well, just to be clear, before October 7th, 500 trucks a day were going in. Now, a maximum of 127. And US Senator Chris Van Hollen told me that he actually puts it on the Israeli authorities to get the flow moving, because as you talk about deconfliction, he said even the checking mechanism, checking the trucks, is so difficult, and, you know, they're constantly having to be sent back.
Well, there's also quite an extensive use of the dual-use category by those who are checking the trucks. And we've had quite a lot of medical and health equipment construed as dual use, and therefore the truck is sent back and not allowed in. And finally on this, and referring to your 500 trucks a day, what we all remember clearly is that 80% of Gazan sustenance prior to October the 7th was private sector. And we have argued throughout, please let private sector operate. And they can only operate in safety, of course.